Hello everybody, it's Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading on March 7, 2026. I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to my channel and welcome newcomers. Remember to hit the thumbs up, it helps the channel grow, get the message out there. I'm reading from the Targeted Individual Handbook by Loki, Hulgaard. So this is going to be like part 3 of when I started to read. And I'm going to read about methods of remote neural monitoring, RNM. Remote neural monitoring methods include remote audio satellite surveillance, remote neural monitoring stalkers, listen to one's speech and one's surroundings. They remotely see through the walls, satellite surveillance. RNM stalkers can watch the targeted individual and also read the thoughts and words of the targeted individual in buildings and open areas like roads and parks. Remote thought surveillance. RNM stalkers can read the thoughts and words of the targeted individual. Remote voice sound relay. Targeted individuals alone hear a white noise whisper speech when no one is there or hear someone. This is a synthetic voice or a clone voice of a known person clearly as someone is speaking. Also, remote neural monitoring stalkers can relay any sound only to you, including microwave auditory effects. Remote synthetic telepathy. RNM stalkers can read words which targeted individuals think in their heads and either repeat targeted individual thoughts in words or respond by talking to you using white noise whisper speech. Remote human motor control. They can control some of the human body motor control. Involuntarily eyelids opening and closing fast without any control. They can literally force you to bump into something. They can literally have you drop things when you're holding on to them. They can remote visual relay, meaning that the RNM stalkers can relay phosphenes and augmented reality to targeted individuals' eye vision. And what about remote olfactory and smell memory surveillance? RNM stalkers can access specific memory of your smell or create a desired smell, and one can smell it by electric stimulation. What about remote electrical relay? RNM stalkers use satellites to zap you with electricity, causing electrical shock, pin and prick, sharp pain, and more often than usual itching on the skin. Remote screen and computer surveillance. RNM stalkers can view mobile phone screens and computer monitors. Yes, and for anybody that's been in my live chat on Saturdays at 10 p.m., 10 to midnight, everybody knows that we have a resident creepy voice in the background. And that is compliments of my stalkers here in Jackson County, Kentucky. Then there's the remote screen and computer surveillance. RNM stalkers can view what's on the computer screen. They can view the screen of your mobile phone. And as far as I am here, they go into my settings and change the brightness on the phone, and they intercept my keyboard. They also rewrite words that I have clearly written differently. So they want to make you look stupid because they're stupid, right? They're trying to control your life. These are very sick, depraved, lunatic people. By using this surveillance, RNM stalkers can hack your email, change the login password that you don't even, if you don't have strong security measures, or, for example, 100 or more character password, two-step sign-in verification and recovery options. They can jam the internet Wi-Fi signals and also stop the LAN internet connectivity of a laptop. And they can also switch off your Wi-Fi and disconnect all of your security cameras that are linked to Wi-Fi. Yeah, that happens here in Jackson County, Kentucky all the time. There are limitations of RNM technology. During heavy rain, white noise whisper relay volume reduces and can stop. RNM is unable to decipher the humming tune like a na 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 when you think in your mind. They can only identify the phonic sound of words and not the tune which you're singing in your mind, which is why it's a good idea to hum, right? Hum or listen to white noise in the background to screw them up. While in the car traveling at 100 kilometer per hour and above, remote neural monitoring is unable to read the thoughts or repeat the word which one thought. If you read a sentence from a book fast enough in your mind, RNM would not be able to comprehend what you just read. Oh, I need to start reading a little bit faster. They relay the words which you know from your vocabulary database because they make you think that you yourself were thinking about that word, and if you're emotional or not alert, you'll not be able to identify the words which you thought in your head was relayed by white noise, whisper, voice, a voiceless word relay, if you're emotional or not alert. New words will make you realize those words are from RNM voice relay, voiceless synthetic telepathy. During RNM mind reading, think of one word only, like meditating, mindfulness. By doing this, you can identify the new words which RNM is relaying to you, either through a voiceless word relay or voiced relay method. While talking to RNM stalkers in words in your head, keep your tongue pressed at the bottom of your mouth or the top of your mouth so that your tongue does not respond when you think words in your head and get fatigued. Interesting. So we're going to have to, when we're thinking to ourselves, press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. RNM electrical relay examples. Pin pricking pain in the left or upper abdomen, probably your stomach. Itching skin on places like your hands, groin, legs, cheek, lower lip, head, nose, ears, more often than usual. Oh, that happens to me here all the time. RNM uses an electrical relay to create the itches. Oh, that's interesting. That's, it's like you go to bed feeling just good and then you wake up all itchy. Yeah, it's so bizarre. These electrical relays seem to be 3D and can be pointed to any surface of the human body. See GPS satellites that provide precise three-dimensional positions. In one's hand, it goes to the itch automatically. That's because the spinal cord neurons control pain and itch. A reflex response occurs within the spinal cord. Motor neurons are activated and the muscles of your arm contract, moving your hands. This occurs in a fraction of a second before the signal has been relayed onto the brain. So you will have moved your arm toward the itch before even becoming conscious of the itch. Sometimes the hand doesn't go to the itch, that you are aware of the itch. Electrical relay itch done on others. Also, for example, bypassers standing near a person visible to you, they do to others to show as if RNM stalkers are following you or known persons are harassing you, which is not true. There's the electrical relay on the eye as if something touched the eye. Electrical relay on the left side of the chest, probably the heart. Sharp pain in the left side of the upper abdomen, it's probably the stomach. Pain at the left and right back between approximately the lowest rib and buttock, probably the kidney. Electrical relay in the throat to make you cough. Cough, cough, cough. Electrical relay on arms as if a raindrop has fallen on the arm. See electrical shower. He provided a link here. The link is, let's see, stopeg.com, electronic harassment HTML. I haven't tried it to see if this link works, so I'm not sure. RNM stalkers controlling abilities. Because they're control freaks, you know. These are sick, depraved, sadist lunatics. They want to control one's feet and toe while standing, one's body. If you lift up on your toes all by yourself without thinking about moving. They want to control your hips, swaying back all by itself while standing and sitting. How about your jaw? They want to clench your jaw, making you think that you're angry if you open the jaw and mouth involuntarily. Facial muscle control, showing emotion if you're sad or happy by controlling the eyebrows, your facial muscles, and tears. Tear control, involuntary tears in the eyes without even emotionally thinking. Sounds a little bit like those Nazi scientist experiments. Smell memory and olfactory. RNM stalkers can access specific memory of smell or create a desired smell and one smell by electrical stimulation. They're probably getting assistance from artificial intelligence or analytic software to access those specific smell memories. While I was sitting in my room, I smelled cow dung. That's what the writer is saying. While doing exercise in my room, I could smell strong smell of urine, as if I had urinated in my pants, which I did not. When I closed my eyes to sleep, immediately I smelled fart, which I didn't fart, and there was nobody near me. Eyelids. Eyelids blink fast without any control, involuntarily. One of the eyelid partially getting closed forcefully. Going blind for half a second, blanking out the vision of that one can see. Controlling the fingers on the phone display, my index finger was zigzagging on its own. RNM stalkers claimed that they could control my index finger by relaying white noise whisper voice to me. The thumb and index finger rubbing together, indicating a money gesture. Remote neural monitoring, also white noise whisper voice, relaying money along with the gesture. He says his wife and son also did the same money gesture the next day. So they like to control your family members too, so that you think that your family members are harassing you, when in fact they're being controlled as well. So you have to wonder how much control these morons have over your crazy-ass neighbors. You have to wonder how much of it is their own doing and how much of it is being controlled. I'd like to know. I'm curious. I actually think that my neighbors, they don't need any assistance. Honestly, they don't really need to be controlled. They're doing it all by themselves. They enjoy doing what they do. Involuntary twitching of the right hand index finger like a nervous tick. And then he says, he involuntarily moved his right index finger. Electrical sensations like goosebumps through the body, but without having any of your hairs raising up. Your tongue may twitch involuntarily at rest or when speaking. What about your bladder? Involuntary release of urine. RNM white noise whisper voice relayed bladder control. They can make you cough. They can make you sneeze incessantly. First, I heard RNM white noise whisper voice relay something about brain mapping. Then my elbows twitched and my knees twitched. Then RNM whisper relayed that bladder control and involuntarily released my urine. Wrist motor control, blending involuntarily like a twitch. They can make you faint. The faint started with feeling a heavy head, as if his brain was under heavy magnetic field. RNM stalkers have done this to me 2 times, meaning the writer of this booklet. Then they white noise whisper voice relayed to me that I'm having a brain tumor, which I do not have. And this is for educational purposes only. I'm reading a Targeted Individual Handbook by Loki, Hulgaard. Mind control. They want to control and manipulate your thoughts, feelings, and ultimate behavior. They control your thoughts and thought patterns, feelings, and their expression. Behavior control. Dark NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and organized gang-stalking street theater. Comments coinciding with the programming that anchor feelings to certain words and sometimes colors. Sometimes type of people or object, creating the illusion of guilt or frustration. There are hypnotic trigger words that result in specific sensations, feelings, or behaviors brought on by psychotronic attacks. Voices in the head or sounds like V2K or certain events in your life. Monitoring attention, both where to look, but also what to think about and in what terms, through remote neural influences and subliminal ELF, low hertz waves from cell towers. Real-time mind reading and thought broadcasting, sometimes before it becomes aware or apparent in the target's mind. Erasing or altering thoughts and memories, short-term memory problems, induced memories, and synthetic associations to those false memories which are believed to be made by an intelligent supercomputer aware of the context. Induced dreams or manipulation of dreams, disturbing visions, thoughts, and imagery. Sleep disorders and sleep deprivation, sometimes accompanying temporarily induced paralysis or microcomas to force trauma or visions, sounds, and the state of fear or sleep.